Hey, guess who's back for episode 4? Ranjha, aka Japjot. Welcome to episode 4. So I had recorded this in ASMR, but I soon realized I do not know how to whisper. So I'm re-recording this in my regular voice. Sorry for the long delay. Let's hop right into it of how I got kicked out of school. So the first story begins when I was young, just started kindergarten. I must be 5 years old or so. I'm shaking my hand like you can see it. But I was 5, and I don't know if you remember, we used to have these book sales, like the Scholastic book fairs. And as a 5-year-old, there's nothing more I wanted than a pencil eraser. It was a cool eraser. I forgot. It was like a character. I think it might have been like a Barney eraser or something like that. And I really wanted it. And it was the last day, and the teacher was handing out and saying, hey, did everybody bring in their required money for whatever they want? And I had totally forgotten it. And I don't know how I learned this word, but I just yelled out shit. And she looks at me horrified, like, how does this 5-year-old kid know the word shit? And so my punishment was to sit on a red chair. And the red chair, I don't know why it was so scary, but it totally freaked me out. And I think I cried. Okay, I did cry. I do know I cried, but I just didn't want to admit it. And I cried, and I don't know why I was so scared of this red chair, because red is my favorite color. So I guess I was so conditioned to always be that goody two-shoes in class that disappointing a teacher or somebody older than me was really weird. So that was the first time I got in trouble while in school. So the second time, you sort of got to fast forward until grade 2. And this one was totally not my fault, but sort of related to the first story. And the key word here is shit. So a round of applause if you can figure out what this story is about. So we were in math. I'm pretty sure we're doing math. It was multiplication tables. And all of a sudden, this kid gets up and he's holding the bottom of his pants. And all of a sudden, this rancid smell fills up the classroom. And you can see, I'm just laughing, just thinking about it because I remember it so well. There's a lump in his pants. And he shat his freaking pants in grade 2. And everybody's screaming, he shat his pants, he shit his pants, he shit his pants. And I cannot stop laughing. So this guy, you know how where your feet go, outside of your pants? He was holding the bottom of that part so the shit would not come out of his pants. And I could not stop laughing. I feel bad for that kid. I don't know where that kid is right now. I hope he's doing well. I hope he it's a nice professional work environment where there's quick access to a toilet. But yeah, grade 2, I got kicked out of class for laughing at some kid who shat his pants. And honestly, I don't think teachers should even have kicked me out, because what kind of standard do you have for a grade 2 student not to laugh at somebody who shat their pants? I think I would laugh at at my age, I'd still laugh at somebody who shat their pants. Okay, to paint a better picture, I also forgot to add on that it was the month of May and it was hot, and they don't have ACs in elementary schools. So you can already imagine what the smell was like in that classroom of 30 students running around, and one guy shat his pants. So the third time I got kicked out of class. Now you got to fast forward quite a bit. Clearly I've matured in my mind to make it this far without getting kicked out of class. So in grade 9, we had a math teacher. It was a first semester, first period class. The smartest teacher I've ever had in my life, honestly. And me and my friend, we would just draw random figures. We were bored in class. We would draw random action figures and stuff like that. And for some reason, we started drawing dinosaurs. It was a thing. We draw random teachers with random associated with different dinosaurs. One day, our teacher's voice cracked like that while writing on the chalkboard. And me and him just laughing at each other, dying. And so he decides to draw a pterodactyl version of my teacher, because that's what it sounded like that, basically just like that. And we're just laughing between ourselves, and it's cool. It's not too loud, it's not too disruptive to the classroom. And then a week later, the teacher again, he's writing on the board, and his voice cracks again. And this time, we're just imagining the pterodactyl in their head, he's transforming, and we lose it. We're laughing, we're dying, and he kicks out of class. And he looks at us. He's like, I know exactly why you guys are laughing. It's because my voice cracked. And we're like, shit, this guy is smart. He's out here. He's so woke. And I don't know if this ever has happened to you, is when you're in a serious situation and you know you're not supposed to laugh, but you make eye contact with somebody and you laugh even more. And that's exactly what happened. We couldn't stop laughing, and we got sent down the hallway until we calmed down and relaxed. But it was such a stupid reason to get kicked out of class. I think the stupid reasons are the reasons you actually remember these stories. I don't know about how many things you guys remember when you were in high school. But it's the little small things that really keep you going. The next time I got kicked out of class, it was grade 9 as well. So this one's sort of hard to explain. You got to visualize it. But it was geography class. And there's a certain point in time, I don't know if you ever chewed gum to this extent, but when you chew gum to a certain point after, I think it's a few hours, the gum turns into liquid. And it just like goes everywhere. And I told my friend this, and he's like, no, it's not real. Gum doesn't turn into liquid like that. And so he bet me that he can chew the gum and it would not turn into liquid. So we're like, okay, cool. And he's chewing. And all of a sudden, all this gushy stuff just comes out of his mouth. Like, it's just like drizzling out. Painting a very vivid picture here. But it's coming all out of his mouth and it just goes everywhere on the desk. And the teacher has no idea what the hell just happened. And I'm just dying, just cracking on the floor. And when I say cracking on the floor, like, there's people that laugh and there's like a normal laugh. But when I laugh, it's hard to tell if I'm crying or like if I'm laughing, because it's just dead silence and me heaving to try to get in air, and I'm like, tears are coming out of my eyes. I call it a laugh attack, but just absolutely on the floor. And the teacher's losing it. He's like, you guys got better clean up this damn mess on the table. And it was not a fun experience cleaning up somebody's gum that they had turned into liquid on the geography table. Okay, now we gotta fast forward to grade 11 functions. So this reverts back to the same math teacher I had in grade 9, really smart guy. And so we're in functions and the teacher is kind of mad. We haven't been doing our homework for a while. So he asks everybody, have you done your homework? And nobody speaks up. And he asks again, has anybody done their homework? Nobody speaks up again. And he loses it. He's like, I might as well replace myself with a goddamn monkey because you guys don't listen to me anyways. And my dumbass decides to imagine a monkey teaching the class, like wearing a diaper and teaching a class, and like just flinging his diaper at people for not answering questions. And guess what happened? Laugh attack, instant laugh attack. And everybody's just looking at me. They think like, you know, what the hell's wrong with this guy? He's on crack. And the teacher's like, what's so funny? Like, you want to share it with the class? And at that point, I knew if I shared the story, I was going to get kicked out of class. Or if I don't share the story, I was going to get kicked out of class. So I just bit the bullet, walked out of class, because it was a lot easier to explain that situation than telling the whole class that I just thought our teacher was a monkey wearing a diaper. So the last story that I remember getting kicked out of class was grade 12 law. And we had a substitute teacher. And this is one of the funniest stories that I remember as like being in a situation of getting kicked out of class. So it's really stupid, but if you imagine the situation, it sort of makes sense. So the substitute teacher for law class comes in and he's like, you know, everybody sit down, and everybody's working, do their thing. And it's a little sunny in class, so the shades were down. And all of a sudden, for some reason, the substitute teacher gets up and opens the blinds. And one of the kids, he's like, sir, we're going to need you to close the blinds. And he's like, why? He's like, well, the sun's hitting my eyes. And the substitute teacher went and he closed the blinds, and I lost it. I just started laughing. I don't know why. I can't explain it to this day why I found it so funny that the teacher opening and closing the blinds really triggered me. And I'm laughing. I'm dying. I'm having my laugh attack. And he kicks me out of class. I'm just in the hallway like, you know, like, compose yourself, Japjot. You can do this. It's not hard. Just breathe. I finally like collect myself together, walk into class. 2 seconds, like as soon as I sit down, I imagine a snare again. I start laughing. I'm on the floor. I'm crying. I'm dying. And he kicks me out of class. And he's like, kids, this is exactly why you don't do drugs. If you want to end up like this kid, keep on going out, keep on doing your drugs. And the thing is, I'm a huge advocate against drug use. So it was kind of ironic there. But I guess laughter is a drug if you want to make it a drug. It gets to your mind, it gets to your brain, and it makes you happy. And sometimes you find yourself in such situations where you're so stuck and all you can do is laugh. Some people have a nervous laugh, some have a tick, some just laugh for the sake of laughing. And I think that it is beautiful to laugh and to learn and to play. Now it sounds like a Huggies commercial, but laughter is the medication to the heart, to the brain. So find something that makes you laugh today, or try to recall some memories from your childhood that make you laugh. And if you don't have any memories from your childhood that make you smile or laugh, go out there and make some. because that's all you can do. Is you can't change the past, but you can definitely change the future. So focus on that. Try to introduce laughter into your life, and you'll notice a difference. Even the dark days become a little bit more brighter. That being said, thank you for listening to episode 4 of RanjhaSeason. Again, available on all platforms. You can follow me on social media. Instagram is JAPJOTLAIL. Snapchat, actually no, I'm not giving out my Snapchat. Twitter, Snap is Jap. Best 2 platforms to reach me on for social media. Online, RanjhaSeason on SoundCloud, RanjhaSeason on YouTube, RanjhaSeason on Spotify, or any other platform that you do listen to podcasts. And definitely episode 5 will be coming out a lot sooner than episode 4. That being said, say no to drugs and have a wonderful day.